Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Every World is a Tiny Home. This week we are building a house to represent the world of Mount Komorebi. Mount Komorebi came with the expansion Snowy Escape and it was released in November of 2020. The world was heavily influenced by Japan and we're able to see that in the build and buy items and especially the world. The world is absolutely gorgeous. It has 3 different neighborhoods. So we have the mountain area where it's always snowy. Your Sims can go there to ski, snowboard, sled. Then we have the neighborhood that's more of like the city area. Yes, that's considered the oldest part of the world. And then we have the 3rd neighborhood, which is supposedly like the up-and-coming neighborhood. You don't believe it? I guess with my build, it kind of makes it seem like this area is a little older. Because I decided to build in this up-and-coming neighborhood on a 50 by 50 lot. Yeah, this lot is big and I completely filled it. Believe it or not, Flynn. Yes. If you want, you can move this to the 50 by 50 lot in the mountain area and it will always be snowy, but you'll see in a little bit probably why I chose this lot and why I wanted this home to be here. As much as I love the snowy area, which is super beautiful. I know you don't like the snow. Yeah, it's okay. We're not building in the snowy area. Everything is fine, Flynn. Yep, it's okay. Yes, you gonna tell people about the build? That doesn't really tell us much about the build, Flynn. You realize that? Yes. Also, as Flynn forgot to mention, with this expansion pack, we were introduced to the new lot type of onsen, or the hot springs, also very Japanese. So basically, I tried to take all that Japanese influence, including the onsen, and put this all into one lot. This is a tier 3 tiny home. It's on the larger side, unfortunately. I thought I'd be able to squeeze this into a smaller space, but I really wanted to have this have the feel of a traditional Japanese home, and there is a lot that goes into it that takes up a lot of space. One of the things that I was not able to incorporate into this build was an ingawa, which is basically like a decking wood area that runs along the exterior part of the house. It's almost kind of like a bridge from the interior to the exterior part of the world. And having 100 tiles or less made that pretty much impossible. So what I have is a nice kind of deck area that overlooks and it kind of extends into one of the ponds, which you will see in a little bit. What I was able to include into this home to make it feel like it was really a traditional Japanese home was tatami mats, and that's something that we got in the build mode, which was awesome because I think that's a big part of Japanese culture and architecture. So being able to have that and have that in the build really kind of pulls all this together. Another little thing that you can maybe see as we're working on the kitchen to the left-hand side is a genkan, which is kind of a little area where you come in and you take off your shoes, because a big part of Japanese culture is no shoes in the house, which I love that idea. And being an American, not everyone does that. And I don't understand why. Like bringing dirt and mud and gross stuff into the house, just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. So we try to have a no shoes policy, but it does not always happen. And when you have like people come and deliver stuff and they don't take off their shoes, and it's, yeah, that's that. But I would love to have like a little area where everyone takes off their shoes and then you can always switch to slippers. That's my kind of thing. So that's included in this build. And then, you know, all that little stuff takes up space, as well as we did try to do a traditional kind of Japanese bathroom here, and everything is segregated. So we have like the toilet is separate, we have the sink that's separate, and then we have the bath and shower that's separate, which is great for a bigger household because if someone just needs to use a toilet, They have their privacy. If someone wants to take a bath or a shower, they have their privacy. Someone can get ready in the main part of the bathroom. Genius. And then this place has 1 bedroom. So it doesn't sound like a whole lot. And so you're probably wondering, okay, a 50 by 50 lot, that's huge. What did you do with it? I kind of went a little bit crazy. And I realized that this might be my dream home. I guess I like the house and I love Japanese architecture and Japanese homes. But for me, I think it's all about the outside part. And one, I have always wanted a koi pond. I don't know why. I love koi, even though I think they're probably like some of the dopiest fish ever. They're kind of dumb, but I love them anyways. So yes, I've always wanted a koi pond. Koi are beautiful. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I love water features, which this lot has a lot of. It does, Flynn. We do have hot springs here. And that's the other thing. My dream, it doesn't have to be your dream, but my dream would be to have my own private hot springs. I mean, how amazing would that be? Although I don't know how much work I would get done ever. I'd be in the hot springs all the time. I am a little bit jealous of the Japanese macaque monkeys that are always photographed being in these hot springs. I mean, come on, they are like just totally living it up, and I'm so jealous. So yes, we have the koi pond, we have the onsen, the hot springs, and then we actually have a lower pond. So this is a tiered lot you could see in the beginning. We were kind of changing the landscaping and giving this some tiers, some different levels, so we could stack these water features. It doesn't look like much now, but I really, really like how this turned out. So yeah, for me, water features are like huge. To be surrounded by water like this, I would love it. And then the other aspect of this lot, why are you so grumpy? Do you want to tell them about the other aspect? You might like this. I love greenery and green, and if I could have it that way, everything would be green all the time, surrounded by green. So there's like a huge bamboo forest here that I put in. There are tons of ferns and green plants. The ground is all green, and it's just, like I said, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, I might have to just visit this lot every once in a while just to like have my mental getaway to my new dream home. I will say there was a mass amount of landscaping done, and I really had to edit it back just because you would be here all day watching it. It gets repetitive and monotonous, so I tried to keep in like the very interesting parts. And then obviously at the end, I always remind you, we have our video and picture tour, so you'll really be able to see it really good. But I kind of try to keep in the parts of like some of like the terrain manipulation and kind of give you an idea of what I was doing without it hopefully getting like I said, too monotonous. So because of all the greenery, this is why I chose this lot that was kind of on the lower area of the world. I do think this would look absolutely amazing in winter, but if you have seasons, I would highly recommend keeping it here, because then you'll have that nice green in the summer, and in the winter, it'll look beautiful in the winter. But otherwise, if you don't have seasons and you like that snowy aspect, go ahead and put it up in the mountains. And then I know it's a tiny home, and it is actually, that's the lot type, but you can go ahead and change it to a rental if you would like. This would make a really awesome rental place. I mean, I would be happy just coming here and renting this, and then I would just never want to leave. But as we make our way towards the end of this video, we're going to start to wrap things up. So thank you once again for hanging out with us, everyone. We really appreciate you. Don't forget to give us a like and let us know your thoughts and opinions on Snowy Escape. Did you like this expansion? Let us know in the comments down below. We hope you all have an amazing week. Enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll see you all in our next video, everyone. Bye!